Welcome to a different type of tasting video. Today we have Second Toast. This is the fourth release of the official Shareholders Society. And this one, Roy went on a journey. And he's using toasted French oak barrels, toasted American oak barrels. Now, there's a difference in process. First, I'm just gonna say, the reasoning behind this was that there is a journey that Roy talks about, and I think is really at the ethos of a different whiskey in the Shareholder Society, which is the moxie that it takes to create something and the challenge of embarking on a new adventure. That's worthy of a toast. Here we go. Let's launch this thing, like breaking a bottle over the bow of a ship. But then there's the moment when you've crossed from cool idea, bro, to hey, this is something real, and it's got anchors, it's established roots, it's coming alive, it's bearing fruit. We've reached this point where we're starting to see roots take hold and fruit. And that's the point at which you stop and go, this is transitioned from cool idea to reality and commitment and relationship, and maybe something long-term worth being a part of. And that's the nature of a second toast. Now, what happens in this, we're gonna go to the nose first, and I'm gonna explain the production process. So the nose is, ooh, spicy. So remember, this starts with the classic difference bourbon, the foundation, which was the Jim Rutledge barrels that created this entire project to begin with. And so it still has that deep, cherry, classic bourbon. But there's also an almost white pepper sparkle and a little bit of, like, people forget that cinnamon is a spice and not a sugar, because you think of cinnamon as sugar. And there's more of it in this, but spices that way, nutmeg and these things, they're not sweet until you add them to sweet things. But the spice cabinet has a whole array of smells and interest, and this feels spicy. Not pepper, although white pepper is a thing, not like jalapeno or that kind of spicy, but like the herb spice cabinet spicy. The kind of things countries used to go to war over. French oak is notorious for giving you a lot more of those sort of like sharp-edged, remarkable spicy notes than American. American loves to go down the oak, goes down the vanillin and the tannin structure and all of that. French oak, a lot more of the halo spice. And toasting allows you to access a whole bunch of the chemical structure of oak in a way that charring doesn't. Remember, charring is filtration. Toasting is a conversion of material. It transitions lignins and lactones, and it alters the chemical nature of the wood lignin structure, giving you access to all these other things. And so toasting is where you get all your flavor. And when you char a barrel, there's a toast layer behind the char where the flame stopped and the wood didn't. And it's that one little, that's the red layer. That's what gives whiskey its color. And this is having all of that. And so taking French oak toasted, taking American oak toasted, and taking the original bourbon and moving it into these to create new components, and then blending them to create this. Whiskey blending is a work of art, and this one is beautiful. This is 6 barrels of the difference, finished with double toasted French oak, stays for 14 days. Only 1,000 bottles of this exist in the world. 5 years, 11 months old. You know when something is 5 years, 11 months, you bottled it for taste. Because if you cared about numbers, you would have waited a month. On the palate. Oh, man. It takes everything you loved about the difference foundation and adds a pepper, an actual black or white pepper sparkle spice crackle to it. It livens it up. Instead of just this soft, beautiful bourbon, it's a sparkly, but so often you get that sparkle at the expense of things getting too much wood. It tastes too much oaky. But this is all the sparkle, and it saved all of the sweetness. Well, that's a beautiful thing. Here's to things that last and being a part of something that matters. Cheers to you.